All right, so generator repair job number 4 or 5, I think. 4 or 5. All right, babe, whenever you're ready, go ahead and start it. Well, hold on. First, flip the boat to generator power. Okay. And then turn it on. There she is. There's the gen-set right there. This thing's got to get uninstalled and removed. And you can see it's all kind of cables that connect to it. Fuel line. This is the exhaust hose. So the generator is, I think it's around 200 pounds. It weighs around 200 pounds, 180 something pounds. And then there's all the ancillary equipment around it, all the hoses and cable. So I want to remove all of it. I want the cable, I want the hoses, I want all of this stuff to get uninstalled and removed from the boat to maximize overall weight we decrease on the vessel. We have a small 3.5 kW generator. It's a next gen. You may have seen some videos where we had been working on a thing and we just could never get it to function properly. It continuously overheats every time we run it. I don't have any cooling water coming out the back end though. It produces electricity, but the engine side, on the engine side, we just cannot keep it cool. This is the control panel for it, right? So the start-stop circuit with a small hour counter, a selector switch that says normal power, shore power, and generator power. And then just an on-off. They had an auto start switch on it. If the voltage on the battery bank ever got too low, the thing would start by itself and charge the batteries. So all of these features are going to get uninstalled, and we haven't decided what we're going to install in place of this yet, so we'll have a couple of holes here for the time being, but that's okay. We've been wanting to install a radio, so this may give us a good reason to install the radio. So that's everything disconnected from the back of the panel. There's the old switch panel. It still works just fine. We're just getting rid of the generator, so we no longer need the panel. There we go. Alright, so the next step is to disconnect the AC connection, AC cable. That's the negative, neutral, and ground side of it. And then here's the positive side right here. So we're going to remove this panel. Alright, so she's dead. Alright, so we can safely disconnect this thing. Ah, there it is. Sheesh. Of course, it's a ring terminal. So that connection right there, look how corroded it, look how badly corroded that is. Let's see if it'll. That's the 30 amp output. This one terminal connection right there, that's the 30 amp output to the boat. That's not good for it to be that corroded. The person who installed this certainly should have used some type of dielectric grease on it. It's really stupid that they didn't. Look at that. Look at the just corrosion on that. So that's a fire hazard. That's what that is. Okay. There we go. There, just like that. The generator is now electrically disconnected. The next step is going to be to remove all of the fuel connections and the water connections. And then after I do that, we can find a new home for this thing, hopefully. Get it out of this damn boat. Yesterday we spent some time removing an old diesel generator we have on board. This big mama. We hooked up block and tackle and hoisted it out of there. Today I'm gonna go through and continue removing all of the hoses and the wiring harness and just all the ancillary equipment around the generator itself. Yeah, so I've got to open up this Lazarette here. And look how much space is in there, man. Sheesh. How much free room we now have in this compartment. All because we removed that generator. I've opened up this access to the engine where the drive shaft goes through the boat. You can see here, there's the drive shaft. Here's the gearbox right there, transmission. There's a raw water pickup for the main engine, raw water hose. And then here's a big old thing of cables and hoses that go through this bulkhead. This bulkhead right here is the bulkhead that separates the room that I'm in from the Lazarette, where the generator used to be. I want to remove the old wiring harness and this raw water hose, pickup hose that was for the generator. This one, that's the wiring harness. It's already disconnected, so I should be able to just pull it all the way out. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Cool. This is a bunch of really good wiring too. It's all marine grade wiring, and it's still in very good condition. So I might actually be able to reuse that somewhere.
I have a second sprout.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, cool.
It's huge. Like, it's twice the size of the first sprout.
It's
in a different pot too.
What is it?
I don't know.
Holly's growing some herbs.
Yeah. Come see.
Oh yeah, this is it. Yeah, that's cool.
So I had replanted some new stuff in there yesterday because I didn't think anything was gonna grow. So now I'm gonna have like 2 separate herbs in there.
Yeah, that's cool. It's we've been trying to grow plants on board since I guess since we've had the boat.
Yeah, haven't been very successful.
We have not been successful.
I'm just going good this time.
Yeah, it looks like you're starting to get something this time. Anywhere else? All right, so anyways, before Holly's sprout discovery, I was saying finish removing this harness, and then after I get the harness out, then I'll go through and I'll remove that raw water hose. And then after the raw water hose, the only thing that's left that has to get removed for the generator, the gen-set, is the exhaust hose that goes way in the back of the boat. That's the next big heavy part. On these racer cruiser style boats, these performance style boats, they're very weight sensitive, and if you overload the vessel, if you overload these boats, they sail like shysta. They don't sail very well when they're loaded down. So every little bit of weight that we can remove from the boat right now is going to help us whenever we leave here and head into the trade winds, heading east and south. We're basically prepping ourselves and our boat for that trip. A bunch of dinghies passing by us today. Now it's time to uninstall the old lift muffler and hold on. Okay, they're gone. All right, so now it's time to uninstall the old lift muffler and the old exhaust hose. So this one's going to be a little more difficult than that wiring harness because it goes through multiple sections of the boat and it's a big, cumbersome, stiff hose. So there's the hose there. And it connects to this lift muffler. Here's the old muffler. So I'm going to take this dude, first thing I'm going to remove this guy. So easily just undo this hose clamp. And I might have to cut this hose. I don't know if it's a barb fitting or if it's just a smooth fitting on there, but regardless. And then that gets rid of the lift muffler. And then we have to take everything out of the Lazarette that's behind this bulkhead. Then we can access this hose that goes through right at the bottom and then pull it all the way out. And then I got to figure out what to do when I get to the through-hull fitting. All right, so we're here in the hidden compartment at the very stern of the boat. And we're going to remove the hose. So we're going to cut it in a fashion that it doesn't allow any water to get in the boat, and then also so no bugs and stuff can get in as well. Snakes.
Oh.
So as soon as I was able to climb out of our hidden compartment in the back of the boat, Holly and I finished removing the exhaust hose that was so deeply installed in this boat. This is it here. That dude. Some of the various parts for this old generator. Really good little generators. These next gen sets are good generators. It's just Beneteau First. A racer cruiser Beneteau is just not meant to have a big heavy generator installed on it. especially all the way to one side. I guess if it was centered on the boat, it wouldn't have been so bad, but it was all the way on one side, and we were having to ballast with a water tank on the other side of the boat. You excited?
I'm so excited to get rid of this behemoth.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing's been it's just been
We've been wanting to do it for like 2 years now.
Yeah, we have.
So.
And it's just been a source of unreliability.
Yeah. Now we gotta find somebody to take it
that we've been fighting with. Yeah.
off the back of the boat.
Yeah, so next step is to find some young Dominicans who want a generator who are willing to lift this thing off of my boat.
We're too old.
So it weighs 200 pounds. So, we'll see. I think we'll find a good home part.